Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So since it's autumn, which is like the ultimate season of Hygge in my opinion, I thought it would be fun to gather up 10 different Hygge activities that you can do this very autumn. A lot of you guys might remember this book, The Little Book of Hygge, The Danish Way to Live Well. I've made several videos where I mention this book and I absolutely love it. I've read it several times. I often like just go through it because it has a lot of nice imagery and yeah, it's just a great tool if you want to live a more content life where you're more present and in general a less materialistic life, a life where you just have some more meaning and just living your best life basically. So I love this book, I can't rave enough about it, and I know that you guys really love it too. So definitely if you haven't looked through this book yet, or if you haven't read it, I definitely recommend that you invest in this and just leave it on your coffee table because it's a nice little tool. If you're feeling down or just if you feel like you need to ground yourself and get back to what really matters to you, this is such a great tool. So according to this book, there are 5 different dimensions to Hygge, so kind of like the 5 senses really. So when they are all combined, that is when you truly feel the real power of Hygge, basically. To those of you who don't know, Hygge is a Danish word. It's kind of like cozy when you like roughly translate it. The point is that when you taste it, when you smell it, when you see it, when you hear it, when you touch it, you will feel it. So that's kind of like the ground rules to Hygge, I guess. I don't think you necessarily need to include all of these to really feel it, but it's definitely something worth thinking about. My husband often calls me like the queen of Hygge because I'm all about that very cozy feeling. I love snuggling up, and whenever I feel Hygge, I make sure to say it out loud, like this is really Hyggely and this is really cozy. So without any further ado, I have 10 different activities here. These are really inexpensive too, and you don't necessarily need to buy anything new to do any of these activities, which I think in terms of sustainability is really great. So without any further ado, let's have a look at the 10 different Hygge activities that you can do this autumn. I know that some of these are probably completely no-brainers and some of you probably already do this without even thinking about it, but I think sometimes it's good to be reminded that you can do these things and feel great. You don't always have to buy new stuff or any other like very materialistic things to feel happy. So I think it's always great to get a little bit of a reminder on that. Number 1 that I want to mention is to go for long walks in that very crisp autumn winter air with something hot to drink. I love it. Already now, if we're gonna go out for a walk with Oscar, I'm like, oh, it feels like autumn, it's so chilly. And I just love feeling that first chilly air on my cheeks and then drinking a hot cup of coffee or a hot cup of tea, maybe even a hot cup of cocoa if that's what floats your boat. But that's definitely something I'm gonna do plenty of this autumn, especially taking into consideration that I have a dog and we walk him 3 times a day. This is inevitably something that I'll be doing a lot of this autumn. We will soon be moving into our new house, just a couple of weeks now. Very excited about that, and it's very closely located to the city center. So it will take us like 10 minutes on a bike ride to get down to the city center, but we have like the forest in the backyard, we have fields with cows in the backyard at the same time. It's just the perfect placement and I can't wait to be close to the forest again. The beach is always a nice place to walk, even during autumn when it's chilly, if you're just really bundled up. I love that. The next activity I would love to mention is a clothing swapping party. This is great not only in terms of sustainability because it's more sustainable using the resources and the things that are already available to us, but it's also really fun, super cozy. It's been years since I did this myself, and you could do this not only with clothing. If you, like me, have an upcoming move, or if you've been decluttering rooms in your apartment or house and some of these things are maybe not suitable for selling, but you don't just want to give them up for donations either, you could maybe host a swapping party so you could swap home decor, clothing, whatever you might have. I love that idea, and it's definitely something that I want to see if I can arrange anytime soon. The third thing I want to mention is something that we actually recently did, this very past weekend. So it's waking up early on a Saturday or Sunday morning when you're off from work and then crawl back to bed. Oscar, our dog, is such an early bird. He always wakes up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, even in the weekends, because he just has like an inner clock. So this very past Saturday, we actually did that very thing where he would wake us up because he's like, let's go for walkies and I want some food. So we woke up, went for a walk, and then we actually went back to bed, slept for a couple of hours more. We were super groggy when we woke up, and you'll definitely sometimes feel that way. If you have any plans, it's probably not a very good idea, but we were just having kind of a slow Saturday, at least in the morning, and it just felt great, like getting up and walking in that very cool, crisp autumn air, and then crawling back under the covers that were still super warm. Amazing. I can highly recommend doing that. The fourth thing that I want to mention is to visit flea markets, and this is something that I've mentioned before. I think last year I did a video called Autumn Saviors, where I kind of went through like my favorite playlists, my favorite books, products, fashion, all that jazz. Definitely mentioned this before, and I can't rave enough about it because I love a good flea market. Even just visiting local secondhand stores that have a great selection of secondhand furniture, decor as well, something I absolutely love doing. And now that we're soon moving, I cannot wait to really get that whole thing going again. We're actually gonna have 2 different living rooms this time around, and we only have furniture for one of the living rooms, so I definitely know I'm gonna go on a secondhand hunt to decorate the second living room. So I'm so excited about that, cannot wait, and it's something I enjoy doing, especially this time of year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th activity that I want to mention is to bring autumn into your home, and this is kind of a great extension to the before mentioned point, buying vintage furniture and things like that. Going to the forest and gathering up some pine cones to decorate your home with. I would actually put them on a tray like this one I have behind me. Just loosely decorate that and make it feel a bit more like autumn. You could also buy some pumpkins to decorate your home with, even those very small ones. I think that they look amazing on a dinner table. You could also make like some dried leaves that you can put inside, you know, those glass kind of frames that you can buy. Put in dried leaves in those and then just place them around the house. I think that looks super cute as well. Definitely just search Pinterest for any kind of mood. Get all of your blankets out, leave them on the couch, and maybe add some muted colors. Like you could change up the pillows on your couch, or just like the pillowcases, get some more burnt colors in there. There's a lot of different things you can do to get that autumn feeling into your home. Activity number 6 that I want to mention is probably somewhat of a no-brainer, but it's something that I really want to do more of. Actually, I do it too rarely, and I really love it. So it is doing a bake-off. So that could be making cinnamon buns, which is something I freaking love. Like just the smell of cinnamon buns, it's just pure Hygge, and it's really adding that other layer of Hygge into the whole thing. So it's not only like eating it and tasting it, but also the smell is just pure happiness to me. You could also make homemade breakfast buns that you can then reheat during the weekends. Love the smell of homemade buns as well. Another thing, now that we're speaking bake-offs, is watching The Great Bake Off. I know that in the UK you definitely have sort of the same show, and in Denmark we have The Great Bake Off during autumn. So that's something we actually look forward to every single autumn, and we'll always make sure to have like any sort of bake off in the house, or any sort of like Hygge snack, or make some tea, really like bundle up on the couch and then watch our favorite autumn TV show. I really should have put numbers on these points because I can't see how far I've gotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Number 7. So number 7 is to do a puzzle. And I think I mentioned this in the Autumn Saviors video last year that I mentioned as well. But doing a puzzle is something that I recently discovered my love for, and I love doing off-screen activities like these. Like I would definitely also sit down and read a book, but often I fall asleep when I read because I'm just so relaxed, and definitely not one of those people who can read just before going to bed, although I often do as a tool to really feel tired and fall faster asleep. But anyway, that's a whole other story. Doing a puzzle is definitely an off-screen activity that I love. We actually have a puzzle we haven't done yet that I got from my sister-in-law, and I can definitely recommend you guys. Also, speaking about this whole swapping thing, investing in puzzles and then swapping with friends and family is a great way of like keeping it in the circle. Maybe it can come back to you at some point and you feel like doing the same puzzle again. That might happen sometimes. Or actually some of the puzzles that we have that we've actually done before, that now, because it's almost a year since we did them last, I actually feel like I could do them again. So swapping with your friends and family is a great way of getting new puzzles into your life, because often they're only fun making like once or twice maybe, and then you want to try something else. Activity number 8 is to go away on a long weekend or maybe for a week in a cottage. Some of you might remember that we have been to Fygge countless times with my brother and my sister-in-law, and Fygge will always have a very special place in my heart. I love that little island, and whenever we're there, the time just completely stands still. You don't care about how you look, you don't care about anything other than being right there actually, and I love it. We've been there both during the summer, but last year we were actually there during autumn, which was just so magical. So really think warm jumpers and no makeup, woolen socks, no makeup, did I already say that? Really passionate about not wearing makeup apparently. But yeah, I just love these types of holidays where you just wake up and just wander around completely like you are, go on long walks and make some really great homemade dishes. Like we made homemade apple porridge last time we were there. You could also make homemade buns, which is something that we've also done, so that we had breakfast buns in the morning. Magical. And if you want to go to Denmark, Fygge is definitely a place that you should totally visit. I'm kind of sad that we're not going to Fygge this year, but we have that upcoming move, but it would have been magical going there this autumn, but I think that we're gonna wait until springtime instead. Number 9 is giving your favorite room or just a room in your house that you spend most time in a little makeover. It could also just be decluttering that room. Maybe it's been bothering you for a really long time that this room is just so cluttered. Give it a good declutter, put on some great music, light some candles, make it a really cozy activity and really get that room sorted. You'll feel so great afterwards as well. You don't have to redecorate it entirely. Like I said, it can be just a simple act of decluttering that room, or again, maybe you could visit some flea markets, bring in some new decor, something to really make you happy and make you feel re-inspired by that room. I cannot wait to obviously decorate the entire house when we move, but I'm really looking forward to decorating my office because I spent so much time in there every single day. It just has to be an inspiring room, and right now, because it's rather small and I don't have enough cabinets and closets for like PR gifts or things that I'm working on to like hide it away, so often it's just out in the open and it just stresses me out. I need some places I can like shove it in when it's getting on my nerve. I need sort of a neat space when I'm working so I don't get distracted, so I can't wait to really decorate my upcoming office. I am gonna do a whole like moving series, so I'm gonna take you guys along with me on an empty house tour and kind of go through what we're gonna do to the different rooms, also because some of them has to be renovated. Go through the house and share our plans on the inside with you guys. I can't wait for that. And then also we're gonna do like a before and after montage of the whole renovation part of the house as well. Yeah, so really hope that you guys are keen on that as well. So the final thing that I'd like to mention is to start a course or take some kind of course that you've never taken before. The reason why I want to mention this is because my husband gave me tickets to a course, like a barista course. I featured that in my previous video in my previous weekly vlog, and it was because we agreed on not giving each other any materialistic gifts for our birthdays this year, which I can highly recommend as well. So I gave him tickets to a Foo Fighters concert this summer, and he gave me tickets to this barista course. None of us had any idea what to expect of this course. I've tried coffee cupping before, but we didn't really know what to expect other than that. And it was just 2 hours of pure like relaxation and happiness and being off screen, and it just felt so good, both because it was something that none of us had tried before, but also just a great way to spend time together, not only with each other, but also the other people in that group. It was just amazing and I can highly recommend it. Another thing that's really popular in Denmark is taking like a ceramics course. I've had several colleagues like on past jobs where several of them were taking these ceramics courses and always speaking really highly about these. So it's actually something I'm kind of intrigued to try myself if I can find something similar in this city. I don't want to drive too far away to do these courses. It could also be learning to knit, maybe it's something else that I've been thinking about. It could also be learning a new language, something that can kind of help you spending time off screen and spending time with people that you like, or maybe just doing it yourself. You don't have to do it with anyone you know. But I just think like taking a course you've never done before is a great way to like keep your brain alive and really like challenge yourself in some way, and I think that's always healthy. So those are the 10 activities that I wanted to mention in this video. I know that there are probably a lot of other activities that you could do as well. If you have any great ideas, please leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to get even more inspiration on making this autumn truly magical and filled with hygge. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know a lot of you always appreciate these videos where I talk about this specific topic. So I hope that you guys will have a truly magical autumn and winter season. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe as well. I would love to have you guys around. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.